What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on MMTLP and FINRA saga.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And for today's video I have a very interesting news. I've made quite deep due diligence and I show you what relationships do our ally have and why Gary Gensler and Robert Cook keep silence. And I have to say that it is very interesting due diligence and before we dive deep into all of this, the only thing that I want you to do is just hit the like button, because with this action I will see that my efforts are not useless and my videos are very important for the community. So just hit the like button. So let's start with this letter. On my yesterday's video I showed you this letter that was written by Representative David Valadao to Gary Gensler and Robert Cook, and in my opinion it is the sixth letter from Congress addressed to Gary Gensler and Robert Cook related to the MMTLP problem. And some of community members wrote that this letter didn't have yesterday it didn't have the date and the signature, but right now we have this officially, and this letter, let me show you, was written on September 19th, just yesterday, and it was signed by David Valadao. So it is an official letter. And as I already mentioned, this is the sixth letter, if I remember it correct, and we have 22 Congress members who are aware of this situation and who signed these letters. And these letters addressed to both to Gary Gensler and to Robert Cook, they are heads of SEC and FINRA respectively. But none of them, and we know it for 100%, none of them responded properly to these letters. For example, Gary Gensler in his Twitter account didn't post any tweets regarding MMTLP issue. On top of that, Robert Cook doesn't have Twitter at all, and the only connection that we might have with him is his LinkedIn account, but he also keeps silence in this web page. So let me give you my 2 cents why it is happening and who is another person who keeps silence and who pretend to be our ally. Let me show you this tweet, let me show you this one. It was the tweet that was written by John Burda, and he wrote yesterday this: he buys one share, so he can act like he is on the side of shareholders, and also fails to point out that a shareholder vote did indeed happen. He is a plant for FINRA, SEC and market makers. And he's talking about James J. Angel, and this person was chosen by someone. We don't know who was this guy or this authority. He was chosen to represent the MMTLP community in front of the Congress members, and he wrote his report to Congress about 3 months ago. And this report was full of misleading information and was basically a crappy report, and a lot of community members completely destroyed this report based on the real facts. And if it is the reality and he bought just one share, this means, in my opinion, James J. Angel is just a puppet. And on top of that, Gary Gensler and Robert Cook are puppets as well. And who might be the puppeteer? In my opinion, it is the market makers. In my opinion, it is hedge funds and huge banks. Let me show you how we can push them towards the resolution of this problem. And on John Burda's Twitter account, you can find this tweet, and it was originally made by Mr. Foya Howard and retweeted by Sensi. And first of all, Mr. Foya Howard wrote: Gary Gensler, we know and you know you lied on national TV to Mike Grappa. If you say you wasn't aware or that you didn't know, well, your office failed you, and you have failed to protect this so-called fair and transparent market. Tell the truth or resign. Gary Gensler, MMTLP. And why he's so confident that he lied? Definitely, as you can see right here, he added several screenshots, and one of these screenshots is the FOIA letter, and it was written by Robert Cook to someone regarding the MMTLP issue. And we have several letters with this topic, and we know that definitely Gary Gensler knows about this situation, and he even talked to Anna Trades back in April, and Anna asked him directly the questions regarding MMTLP. So, and let me show you again how we can force them. Let me show you somewhere here the tweet that was written again by Mr. FOIA Howard, and he wrote, "To Sensei, it was me, it was my thought too. We need to have our reps to get the redacted names. With that info, it would put Gary in a bad spot. It will force him to take actions." And he's talking about another FOIA request, and Sensei reposted. This is the stat that got the FOIA request approved for the FINRA and SEC emails. We need him to show us the way to get FOIAs approved. We need to see who FINRA was communicating with at the SEC and OTC. And yes, it is another way, on top of the releasing the blue sheets actions, it is another way how we can see that SEC, FINRA and OTC was involved in this process. And let me show you who might be the puppeteer of this entire situation. In my opinion, and it is just my speculation, I don't want to say anything about this, but the facts are following. Goldman Sachs was fined $30 million for causing a settlement issue in South Korea, similar to MMTLP. Goldman is also the clearing broker for GTS securities. And RareDD also reposted his own tweet that he made back in August 17th. So Goldman Sachs is the clearing broker for GTS securities. According to Bart, this means they could be held liable if GTS was caught naked short selling. Goldman being on FINRA's board of governors means they could U3 hold MMTLP. Is this what happened? And we know that GTS Securities is one of two companies who allegedly was involved in the process of beginning illegal trading of MMTLP shares back in 2021. So, and that is why potentially Goldman Sachs said to SEC that they have to force FINRA to put U3 hold. But let me show you how severe this U3 hold is. Trading Secrets, Ali from Trading Secrets YouTube channel and Twitter account wrote this tweet just a couple of days ago. And he wrote, MMTLP, FINRA has used Rule 6440A3 in very exceptional circumstances, or what they call extraordinary events. These include 9/11 tragedy, 2008 financial crisis, COVID-19, 2021 Capitol Hill, and yes, you guessed it, MMTLP and the risk of hedge funds and broker-dealers losing money. And guys, in my opinion, it is another potential evidence that we have something big, much bigger than we can even imagine. And this is the fraudulent activity on the market from major hedge funds, from major banks, and from other companies who are not supposed to perform this activity. And why it even possible? Definitely our laws, the US laws allows them to do it. And why it is possible and why these laws are so-called useless. And let me show you why. Yesterday I showed you the Capitol Hill's results from 2022, and as you can see, two people from the Congress beat SPY during the bearish year of 2022, and they made more than 50% to their capital. And I have to say that it is not impossible, but it is very possible if you trade the stocks. But if you just invest in certain companies, it is near to impossible, because S&P 500 shows the huge negative results during 2022. It was negative 18.2%. And definitely, I don't want to say that these people from Congress perform some illegal trading or they use some insiders' information. But let me show you this. Unusual Whales 9 hours ago published this tweet. Breaking: former US Congressman Stephen Breyer was sentenced to 22 months in federal prison for insider trading. Breyer made more than $320,000 for himself, his relatives, and a woman whom he'd been having an affair with. He will pay $354,027 in restitution and a $10,000 fine. And also he added, "This is truly unusual and is one of the first instances of ex-politicians being charged." Unusual Whales has highlighted his 2018 and 2019 trades regarding Sprint and Guidehouse before. Check politicians trading at unusualwhales.com/politics. And you can use this website, or you can use capitaltrades.com, where you can find more than 40,000 trades that congressmen made for last 3 years. And definitely, the majority of them, I have to say the vast majority of them, are crystal clear people, and I want to believe in this, but definitely, some of them knows about this illegal activity, and they do nothing, because they are also some kind of puppets in the hands of the major players of this market. So, and I think that's all information that I want to provide you. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell. And see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life. I'm crazy, I'm mad, doing no cap. Only God wants you.